So you're preparing for an airline interview. I'm going to show you how to make sure it's a success. Hello, I'm Jamie, and today we're going to be talking about some tips to help you do well on your airline interview. Just like every check ride you've ever done up to this point, the amount of time and effort you put into this will directly affect how well you do. So whether this is a virtual interview or in person, these tips are going to set you up for success. Your appearance matters. You only get one chance to make a first impression, so you don't want to come across looking like some kind of scrub.
I don't want no scrubs.
You want to project professionalism from the very first time they see you. I recommend a suit and a tie, or at the very least a dress shirt and a tie. A lot of people don't dress for the part, and it can cost them their job. If this happens to be a virtual interview, I recommend that you put on the entire outfit. The last thing you want to do is take a shower, get a fresh shave and haircut, and brush your teeth. Get plenty of rest the night before. You won't be at the top of your mental game if you're exhausted. You also don't want to appear tired. Avoid alcohol the night before for the same reasons. Eat before your interview. Now, I'm not suggesting you take down a whole buffet, but eat something small to give you energy to get through all the stresses of the day. Also, avoid any foods that might make your stomach upset. Make sure you speak well and avoid slang. Sit up straight with good posture and avoid a bunch of overzealous hand motions. Now, this part is important. Don't overtalk. Say what you need to say, answer the question, and then stop talking.
Look at me.
Seriously, stop talking. Nothing good can come from rambling on. Make sure your logbook is accurate and presentable. Make sure that all of your lineouts have an initial next to it, and make sure that all of your numbers add up. I also recommend that you tab all of your check rides because they're going to inspect this logbook thoroughly. Study. You're going to be expected to be proficient in many different topics within the airline world. It's possible that some of these topics you've never even heard of up to this point. I recommend aviationinterviews.com. That's what I used, and it gave me a pretty good leg up on the competition. I'm going to list several of these topics for you, but I'm not going to get into too much detail with them as I plan to make a video for each one of them to get you up to the level of proficiency you'll be expected to have. You'll need to know the anatomy of a turbine engine and how it functions. You'll have to know the different types, such as turbojet, turboprop, and turbofan. You'll have to be completely familiar with high-speed and high-altitude aerodynamics. You're going to need to be proficient in the following: Dutch roll, critical Mach, Mach tuck, and coffin corner. You're also going to need to know why airliners use swept wings. You'll have to know what the advantages and disadvantages of those are. You'll need to know what bleed air is, where it comes from, and what it's used for. You'll need to know what packs are. Be able to read a METAR, including all the obscurities that live after the remarks portion. Become proficient in Jeppesen charts, to include SIDS, STARS, arrivals, and en route charts. Be able to identify everything on them. Read the FAR 91.175.
And then read it again.
You are going to need to be intimately familiar with this one. Be able to explain and draw the different systems from the planes that you currently use. I was asked to draw out the electrical system and explain the landing gear system for a plane I currently use. Be able to explain lost comm procedures during IFR flights. Know about exemption 3585 and 17347. Know the different runway lighting systems. Prepare answers for the standard HR questions. These are usually questions that have nothing to do with aviation, and they're more of a tell me a time when or what would you do type questions. Research the company. Know the basics about it. Things like the CEO, what type of planes they fly, and hubs. Oftentimes they'll send you a link so that you can test your equipment ahead of time. Check your internet connection, check your microphone, check your speakers. The day of the interview, make sure that you're not going to be interrupted. I put a big sign on my door, and then I made my wife stand guard outside of it. Okay, that last part's not true, but you get the point.
It's true.
Bottom line, if you put the time and effort in, you're going to do well on your airline interview and most likely be hired. They're not looking to disqualify anyone. It's really up to you not to change their minds. If you like what you saw today, please smash that like and subscribe button. Share this channel and video with your fellow aviators and enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's never too late to be what you might have been.
Hey babe, this only came out to 5 minutes.
Because you said what you had to to say, and then you stopped talking.
It's good advice.